Hey Judy, how's it going out there? We're just trying to play some relaxing music, relaxing melodies until we get into the stories tonight. Don't let the music make you fall asleep. Yeah, you're stuck on the elevator. Most people feel safe on the elevator, right? A lot of good things and bad things can happen on the elevator. None of which I know. Okay, we're about to start in a second. Alright, welcome to the thing, Chris Allen. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to start the show. Judy, don't fall asleep. You have nothing else in your life going on. Don't fall asleep. You need this in your life. That's the nicest way I can put that. All right, let's start the show. It's time for some hostile therapy. All right, welcome back to another episode of Hostile Therapy with your host, Big Red, sitting here in the blue background. And returning to another show, co-hosting me is D. Welcome to the show, man.
What's up, everybody? What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Doing okay, man. Doing okay. Just trying to make it through another Thursday. We're one day away from the weekend. Anything special planned coming up?
Hey, man. I'll be turning 41 on Sunday.
Get out of here. The big 4-1.
Big 4-1. You see it all in my chin.
That's
That's what 41 look like, man.
So 41, hey, 41 don't look bad, man. Keep doing whatever you're doing, using all the cocoa butter and all, eating kale and stuff. Whatever you're doing to try to stay looking young, keep doing what you're doing.
Peanut butter, bro.
Peanut butter. Well, shit. If that's the case, I should be looking 15. Much peanut butter I look up. I mean, if anything, I may look constipated. As much peanut butter I eat, whatever. I eat about a jar full. That's what gets me through the day. Huh?
That's a little too much.
A little too much? I don't know what the recommended amount for peanut butter is. I just eat it, man. It's an easy snack to have at any time. You can fix it on the road. You can just have a jar with you and a plastic knife. And, if I keep a plastic knife in the jar, no one wants to have any with me, so I don't have to share with anybody. It works good on dates, because if you have a plastic knife in your peanut butter, and your girl will never ask you, can she have some of your peanut butter? Most probably wouldn't anyway, because they don't want to share the same not fork, but knife that you had. So I keep a thing of peanut butter with me all the time.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's definitely nothing wrong with that, man, because, you got to stay full, man. I don't have nothing else to eat, man. I don't prepare my meals like I probably should. I think you probably prepare your meals a whole lot better. You probably have no, you don't have plates of rice and chicken stacked up in your refrigerator, man.
Nah, man, I've never been that dude.
You just go as you go, man. You get to go to communion on Sunday. You carry the body of Jesus home, save it, put some barbecue on it, save it for a rainy day, huh?
Hey, that word, yeah.
I ain't mad at it. Not mad at it at all. How's your week been going so far, though? I know you get ready for the big 4-1. You got any anxiety about that? Or you just I'm happy to see another year.
Happy to see another year, man. And Sunday will officially kick off my new year. I do my New Year's on my birthday. That's my new year.
We talked about that last night. I like your perspective on that. Tell us your perspective of how you celebrate your new year.
That goes with holidays and everything. I don't celebrate traditional holidays. Only ones I will celebrate is obviously my birthday.
Right.
We talked a little bit about last night, but Juneteenth.
Oh yeah.
And
how I feel.
Kwanzaa.
You don't you don't celebrate?
I do.
Juneteenth, or you do?
Those are the ones that I do celebrate.
Okay, I got you. Christmas, you don't celebrate. Valentine's Day.
Nah.
Okay. Why don't you celebrate them? They know. I hope most people know why I don't celebrate it for the most part.
But it's a big money grab.
Definitely.
And we just been programmed to put so much power into those days. And just got to reprogram myself, man, not to do that. That's my little spill on that, man. How you feel about holidays?
I hate them for the most part, for the same reasons you're saying. Big money grab. For Valentine's Day, I think people put so much stock into it that, if you don't get the right gift, or you don't get flowers or some gift that day, it's like the rest of the year doesn't matter. That everything is predicated on that one day. If you don't get anything that day for her, the right gift or whatever, she may hate you for another week or day, or maybe that might break up the relationship.
That will.
So that sucks.
Then I feel like you have to outdo what you did last year, or totally, social media then fucked everything up.
Oh, definitely.
You're like, oh, so got this, that, and the third, and all I got was flowers and candy.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like You know what they tell you? Well, they usually tell men don't watch another man's pockets. And it's almost the same thing with women on social media. They're watching other women or other relationships and seeing what they get. I'm like, shoot, if he got that, then he better ante up on the gifts this year.
Right. It's not my type of hype.
We're going to talk about something that's kind of related to that too. We got a story later on with Regina Hall. We're going to get into a little later on. Check your mic a little bit quick, man. I think you still got a little echo when you speak.
All right.
You might have to turn your...
Go ahead. I'm going to play with it for...
Okay. While he works on that, let's see if we can go into... See if he can get that fixed right quick, and then we can get right into the stories. He's working on that. Let's go into the first story. Now, everyone's allowed to be their own person. Everyone's allowed to, add modifications to the body. If it doesn't harm you, then let them do, I guess, what they want to do. Tattoos, those are nice. People put, get certain hairstyles, put blue, bleach, whatever in their hair. I think there is a limit, though, that you should go to. I think there's a limit you should go to where you probably can't get certain jobs if you do these modifications to you. It used to be that you couldn't do tattoos around your neck and on your arms and stuff, and you couldn't get a job at a bank. Nowadays, people are a little bit loose with that. I've seen a lot of bank tellers with like 8 earrings, nose rings, piercings everywhere, blue hair, shaved on the side, shaved in the middle. I've seen that. I think it was a Wells Fargo. So that's why I don't go to them anymore. But you're allowed to do whatever you want to do to your body. But there's certain people that I just don't know how far you can go into trying to look different from everybody. There's this rapper out there that got gold chains implanted in his head. Now he's not, from what I've heard, he's not the best rapper I've heard, but he is getting attention just for this, and maybe that's all he wants. Check this video right quick. Yeah, that's all I need to see. But yeah, he's got gold chains implanted in his head. You got your sound back on now?
Mic check.
I mean, I can hear you. I just don't know if there's echo.
I still got a bit of an echo in my head.
Okay. Did you turn the cancellation on?
Yeah, let me do that again.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know what's the limit to what these people are trying to do to make themselves seem like they're individuals, like they're not anyone else. Where's the talent at? I wish talented artists would use their talent to make them feel like they're unique, and they wouldn't have to go to extreme as getting gold chains in their head. I mean, there's another guy. What is it, Lil Uzi? Uzer? Is that his name? I want to say his name wrong. I don't listen to him. I know he's pretty popular.
Little Uzi Vert.
Yeah, Lil Uzi Vert. Yeah, I was close. Little Uzi Vert. And if you are a fan of the Avengers movies, he got this diamond in the middle of his head. He said he had it implanted in his head. And I don't know how much I believe that. He said it was $24 million. I don't believe that. I don't think he's worth that much. I'm pretty sure he's got money. He's rich or whatever. I think I saw his net worth was like 24 million. I don't know how accurate that was, but yeah, this is him here. He said he had that implanted in his head. For what reason, I don't know. I don't know why he couldn't just like glue it to his head and be done with it, or maybe put one of those little sticky things where you can Velcro it on there and just take it off before he goes to bed. And then I heard he lost it. He was in a concert. I don't know if he did one of those dives among the crowd and someone stole it. And someone's $24 million richer, allegedly, now because they have that thing they snatched off his head. And how implanted was it that they could just take it off his head? I mean, if I'm going to have something that's $24 million, I want it embedded in my skull. I don't want it where you just take it off or even be able to screw it off. You're going to have to do surgery to take something that's $24 million off of me. I have nothing worth that much, or nothing near worth that much that I would embed into my body that somebody could just easily take off like that. $24 million. I mean, that's just about like if I just had $1,000 bill and I was just to walk into the worst neighborhood in the world and I would just wave it around to people like, I dare you to take this. You can't do nothing like that. Okay. We got somebody wants to comment. I guess he wants to comment on little Uzi Vert. Chris Styles. Let me add you in right quick. Okay. How's it going, Chris Styles? How's it going, man?
Oh, hanging in there, one day at a time.
All right. Thanks for joining in, man. What did you want to comment on?
Listen. I don't understand these guys, these people trying to have this individuality, and but in my opinion, these guys going too far. You know, $5 million for a gym in the middle of your forehead.
Right.
And you know, there's other gentleman with the gold in his hair.
Right.
I don't even understand what the implications of the future as far as health. You know, is can he lay down? Can he sleep at night? You know.
I don't even think he cares. I think he wants the likes so much, you know, because you know how people are addicted to getting likes on Instagram and Facebook, and they'll just damn near do anything. They'll jump off the roof of a house just to get a like, even if it means they'll injure themselves. He's one of those people. But I don't understand what drives people to go that far.
I don't either.
What is I mean, what happened to the days where people would just do crazy things for a Klondike bar? That's how far it was supposed to go. You know, we see these commercials and people go, you know, do little crazy things, but they don't harm themselves. They don't have something pierce their skin for a Klondike bar, but Instagram has blown Klondike bar out of the water.
Oh, absolutely. The TikTok too. Yeah, it's crazy, brother. I don't even know what to really say about that.
I can tell you one thing. Who are these guys' role models? Like who influences you? And not only that, what kind of friends do you have around you that's going to allow you to do something like that to yourself? How silly is that? I don't know whose fault it is. I don't even want to blame it on the new generation, but kind of like what Red was saying, it's social media. They do anything for likes nowadays. Likes, not Klondikes.
Yeah, you know, it seems like they're doing this because they're attention whores, or they're, you know, they're lacking something. They have to have some type of void or something going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And for whatever that void is, whatever they're missing, you know, doing anything these days. So again, I'm not for sure what's going on, but it's not that. It's not. I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing. But to each his own, right?
And I guarantee that little cubic zirconia, that colored cubic zirconia, wasn't worth no $24 million.
Yeah, I think he paid five for it.
I heard 24 million, but 5 is all that's high. I don't. If $1,000 is high to put a stone in the middle of your head, $5 is high. I don't. Well, I mean, I remember I just used to put those little rub-on tattoos when you were a kid, and that was fine for me. Right, I ain't need nothing else. Everybody just want to go to the extreme now. They don't care about themselves anymore. People care too much, and this is going to be a running thing once we talk about the other things we talk about tonight. People care too much about what other people think instead of what they think about their own selves. Fix what's going on inside yourself before you care about what other people think. Or let's just say this. Care about the people who actually care about you. These other people don't know you. They'll never meet you. They don't give a rat's behind about you. Don't do it for them. Do it, I don't know, for your loved one, your family, your child, or whatever. But these people that you will never meet, don't do it for them.
It's all about that thumbs up, man.
And that's a shame. That's a damn shame. I don't get it, but that's the society we live in. But I can't say that wouldn't have happened in my age. We didn't have social media like it is now. We just followed people. We didn't have anything that would give us self-gratification if we posted videos of us. We had to get a thumbs up from mother, father, sister, brother, or cousins, or whatever like that. But it is what it is. So appreciate it, Chris, for giving your point of view, man. And thanks for joining us, man. And if you're not subscribed to Hostile Therapy, make sure in Hostile hit that thumbs up, man.
Got you.
All right, man. Come back on anytime.
All right. Peace. All
right. Peace. Okay, so let's see. Next story. Oh man. Yeah, this is a crazy story. I know you've heard about the abortion story that's going on in Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
And now they've made it to where there are certain people that are willing to, I don't want to say deport, but they're willing to transfer people from Texas, get them out of there so they don't have to worry about going through this new law that's coming about, the new abortion bill that's coming out. There are people willing to pay to move people out of there. But it almost sounds like they're getting people from another country, but it's in the United States. What are your thoughts on that?
Totally crazy. But as an employer, you do want to value what your employees are feeling. Now what they have in place is you can't abort a kid after 6 months. Did I read that right?
It's 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's only in Texas, right?
That's, well, I mean, it could be in other places, but specifically right now, that's in Texas. Mm-hmm. That's the one that's getting the most news coverage right now.
Right. So I commend employers for wanting to relocate their employees to keep them employed and respect their feelings on the whole abortion law.
Right. But that doesn't that sound like that would be done in another country though? That doesn't sound like that would be done in the United States. That sounds like something that would have been done probably 40 years ago, not in 2021. And I mean that, and I mean the abortion bill that's been passed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It doesn't even sound real. It sounds surreal, if anything.
Yeah. A lot of the world nowadays sound real. Like we're wearing masks everywhere we go now.
Well,
never thought the United States would see that.
I never thought I would get to the point where places be shut down like this and people will have to be forced to stay home, forced not to work, and now you can't get anybody to work. There's a lot of jobs being opened for people to go back to work. They don't want to go to work now.
Right. It's crazy out here, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think about the abortion bill as a whole, though?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's too strict, too strenuous? 6 weeks. It's against the law. It's against the law to be able to have an abortion after that amount of time.
It's definitely strict. It's strict. Man. I feel like people should do what they want to do.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, if they want to. If they don't want to. Cool.
Okay. So you think there shouldn't be any restrictions, like 7 months, late term abortion? That would be cool.
Well, if that thing starts to form in that belly.
He said that thing.
Yeah. Well.
You're gonna get letters, man.
Yeah. Once the baby starts to form, you start seeing like anything like a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what trimester or how long it takes for the baby to start forming.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up to the person.
Okay. Do you think the guy should have any say in that? Like the father of the child, has any say in what happens? Put yourself in that situation. And it could be about I think it's about 3 or 4 weeks, or let's see. Right. Yeah, I think it's about 3 or 4. No. About 12 weeks. I think that's what the mistakes.
I don't believe in mistakes. So everything happens for a reason. So I wouldn't abort it.
Okay. That's true. And Chris Allen, people need to be more responsible having sex. This may prompt them to be more responsible. That is also true. So, Chris, if you want to comment in there, do you think abortion should be allowed if that's the case? Then, if you make that mistake, do you think you should, or if you want to call it a mistake or whatever, but if this happens, should you go forward with it no matter what? And I'm not talking about like rape cases or anything. I'm just talking about you had one night, had too many drinks, y'all had sex, didn't protect yourself. Do you think you should go forward with that? Unprotected sex and having unwanted children. I mean, it happens.
I think you should deal with it.
All right, Eleanor Krause, if I'm saying your name right, says all precautions should be taken to avoid pregnancies, condoms, and birth control. Men, we have a couple forms of birth control. Women have at least about 20 to 30 forms of birth control to stop the baby from happening, not including abortion. And Chris Allen says, I'm guessing he's talking about if you were to have the baby, well, if she does get pregnant, deal with the situation. Too many people, I guess, run away from the issue or run away from the problems, and then they just off it, if you want to call it. And Eleanor Cross says, hell, pull out. Yeah, I mean, that That,
birth control.
All right, that sometimes works.
It's not.
I don't.
The most
50-50 maybe on that one.
Yeah.
You don't want to depend on it, but I mean that's an extra defense. We'll put it that way. I wouldn't say that's the best one, but it's an extra defense. Pull out. She said, "Hell, pull out." Okay, let's see. What's the next story we're going into. Yeah, Chris House put his comment in. The rhythm method doesn't work. Most of the time, it doesn't work. Don't want to depend on it. I don't know what the percentage is, but it didn't work for me. Let's just say that. Okay. All right. Here's an interesting one. And you were talking about COVID just a minute ago. Joe Biden, recently made an address where he is just sick and tired of the COVID numbers going up and up and up, and it doesn't seem like the COVID pandemic seems to be going away. So he wants to make a mandate where if you work in a federal job or healthcare place, or if you have a private business and you have 100 or more employees, you either must get the vaccine or you must be tested, I believe, every week. And some people are calling that an infringement on their rights. What is your opinion on that, D? Do you think that's going too far to make people? Because basically that's kind of trying to make people get the vaccine. It's kind of trying to wear people down. Like, look, you're going to have this thing stuck up your nose every week. You either do that or you go get the vaccine. What's it going to be?
Right.
So do you think this is going too far, or do you think this is what's needed?
Too far.
All right, let me hear why you think too far.
Because people have already taken the original vaccine,
mm-hmm.
and are still getting sick. So
right.
why I'm gonna take this other vaccine when the first one isn't even work.
Right.
That's one. And you know they had a lottery.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
For people that actually took the vaccination.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Got like $1 million. Two people won $1 million for taking the vaccine.
I want to know where's the money at that I was supposed to get from the vaccines I took as a child. I had a lot of vaccines as a child. I ain't getting no money. I ain't get paid nothing. I just got pain. I don't think my parents got anything either.
Nah. They didn't.
Now, what I've heard, the reason why this may pass, because people say it's maybe too stringent, but the reason why it may pass is that he's not acting on the rights of anybody, because the out is you still can get tested. You don't have to get the vaccine. You can get tested instead. But it's still forcing you to do something. And I don't mind that they're testing people, but I think this is the first step to make everyone get the vaccine, whatever. Now, again, it's a shame. We have people divided by race. We have people divided by social status, riches, poor, and now we've gotten something else to divide people now. Anti-vaxxers versus vaxxers. And I don't know why it's so hard for people to just say, maybe we just don't know. Because there are some people that are staunch defenders of, got to get the vaccine, or, I'm anti-vax, I'm sure that thing does. Why can no one just say, I just don't know, and I want to wait and see what the facts are. And I'm mainly, I guess, kind of speaking to people who are, I guess, anti-vax. Like, they want to, some are just saying, I just will never get it. I want to see what the facts are, and just something just doesn't, because I know a lot of people. I know this may be anecdotal. I know people who've gotten the vaccine, And I don't mean just gotten sick like they had the flu. Like they've had serious health issues. Like they've gone paralyzed in certain parts of their body. They've had high blood pressure. They've had near strokes. They've gone impotent. They've not been. Some have been told they can't have kids anymore. I know people. I have friends that have taken the vaccine this has happened to. And yes, maybe this is less likely for this to happen versus someone to get sick from COVID. But no one, I don't know. Let me rephrase that before I sound bad. People are getting sick from COVID. People are dying from COVID. But the success rate from people recovering and success rate from people not dying from it is pretty high. There are a lot of people getting COVID. Let me not doubt that at all. But is it worth getting something that I don't know about being put in my body? Yes, we had vaccines before. I got forced to get vaccines. I didn't know about vaccines like that when I was younger. I just got it because I was told to. I'm older now. I'm smarter now. Can I at least look through the research first? And it was done so fast. There's so many vaccines and things that we've been put in our body that they have taken off the market years after and found out it was bad. 10 years, 20 years down the road, they found out it was bad for you. And then people started suing them. And they did research for decades. Who's to say this won't do the same thing? And I'm just saying that I understand the fear factor in it, because if you lost a loved one, and most scientists are telling you that this is good for you, you should take it, this will save your life and save other people's lives. I understand that there's a fear factor in that. I totally get it. And I don't want to down anybody that has taken it and they, are trying to think of other people and they don't want to lose anyone else, or they feel like that's going to help other people not die from it. But something just don't add to me that we've got a lot of people who've gotten the vaccine. I think about a third of the United States have gotten the vaccine. There are still people somewhat wearing masks. I would think that there would be a certain demographic there maybe still dying from it. Why are the numbers still going up compared to last year? I would think the numbers would be going down considerably with the amount of people who have gotten vaccinated. This seems like something's off. Why are the numbers still going up? If a third of it, just imagine last year where there was no vaccine at all. Okay, now we have a vaccine. We got a third of the United States. Numbers vary, but it's over 100 million. I think there's like 365 million people in the United States. I would believe the numbers would start going down somewhat. And then last year, let's go back to last year. I remember the first of the year, everyone needed N95 masks. And then only the healthcare workers could have them. And no one had masks for the longest time. I remember trying to go through Amazon, trying to get a mask, an N95 mask. And then it was like, well, now you can wear a cloth mask. Everyone can wear a cloth mask. So you're telling me now this pandemic can be prevented from just cloth mask. Basically, you can put a shirt over your face now. And that'll stop it. And now it's the same thing people are still doing, and you're telling me the pandemic is still here? So, just something just don't feel right about it. I'm not saying the vaccine not working at all, but I know plenty of people with the vaccine that have gotten sick. I've gotten sick, and I didn't have the vaccine. I got dog sick. Pretty bad. And I was like, okay. Maybe doubt will creep in your head a little bit, but then I know people who have gotten the vaccine. I know there's a term called a breakthrough sickness. I think that's the term for it, where they get COVID if they had a vaccine, but they don't get really sick. But I know people who got really sick and got put on ventilators and stuff like that and had the vaccine. I'm like, well, damn, does it really work? The proof is supposed to be in the pudding, but the pudding don't taste right now. That's just my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah. Kind of what Chris said with population control. I think there's this thing called Agenda 21.
Mm-hmm.
Google it when you get a chance. but it's like worldwide agreement to push the reset button on the economy, global warming, population, and we're seeing that. It was a reason why people couldn't drive at a certain time. All the curfews.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the less cars out, the less emission or whatever damage what's it called? The atmosphere, whatever.
Yeah, greenhouse effect and stuff like that.
Right. Then you got all these businesses that got shut down, and with the COVID, obviously, it does. It's just killing people off. I feel like it's a total reset of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's my opinion.
Is there any way that you would get? Well, I'll probably jump ahead of. You can say if you want to say it or not. I don't want to put it out there. Would it be any way you get the vaccine? I don't know if you got it or not, but I ain't want to put it.
Nah. It's just like they skipped the whole clinical trials. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Like, it takes years
Mm-hmm.
to get a drug approved. And you mean to tell me y'all figured out this whole COVID thing within like 6 months?
Right.
You won't do that to me.
All right. It's just in no time. And people, I don't think most people even took the vaccine just because of the deaths that happened. I think people just wanted to go and have a good time again. Since there were concerts shut down and clubs and bars and restaurants shut down, I think more people did it just because they wanted to get back to that part of life. Because, I'm comfortable at home. I can stay home and be fine. But most people, want to go out and, have a good time or whatever. And that's nothing wrong with that. But I think people would put their health at risk potentially just to get back out there, just to go to a restaurant, just to go to a bar and hang out with friends again. And like I said, I totally get it. People are not meant to be isolated from one another, but not at the risk of your own health.
Right.
What's in Chris Allen, you mentioned earlier in your comments, why don't people talk more about staying healthy, eating healthy, being healthy? No one talks about that part. That is, the biggest thing I think most people would talk about, because there are people with underlying health issues. Obesity is a health issue. Obesity can draw you to get certain diseases, and is one of the underlying is. I guess you can go, underlying disease where you can get COVID. No one talks about that. No one talks about eating healthy and taking your vitamins and stuff like that. It says, I'll just take the shot. And what's so crazy, what's the irony is this, I know people have the COVID shot and still smoke cigarettes. It's like, shit, man, I'm trying to get back to the way of life, man. I'm trying to get back here and go to work. Damn, man, that's a good damn tobacco. So you're gonna smoke a cancer stick, but you're okay with taking a COVID shot? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
This is crazy. Let's see. Andrew Greenfield, thanks for joining in, man. About 10 years is the process for a vaccine from start to regular human use. Exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And this was done in less than a tenth of the time. And I know. Right. What they'll say is that it was a global, people were working on the vaccine globally, more so than they've ever worked on a vaccine before. And that's part of the reason why they said it was released so quickly. But still, how do we know that?
Man. Whatever, man. I don't trust these jokers at all.
Exactly. And Andrew Greenfield said, after working around this disease, a lot of people that had a hard time were obese. Heart disease, diabetes. You know, I know age plays a lot factor. You know what? I don't know why they need to be researching this. It's the young kids that ain't getting it. They don't get sick. You know, last year, that was the thing. It's like, kids ain't getting sick from it. They getting it, but they're not getting sick. What is it about them kids that protects them from getting severely sick from COVID? Like, I'm not saying there isn't, but I barely heard any like 5 or 8 year old or 10-year-old get sick from COVID. They might have got it, but they didn't get really sick where they had to go to the hospital or anything.
Right.
Eleanor Krause, partying is more important than life. Not in my book. I still wear my mask, eat healthy, and have a glass of wine and take vitamins. I just got to add the wine to that, Eleanor, and I'll be great. Right now, I got Gatorade in my cup, so I'll work on the wine part. Just give me a recommendation, and I'll try it out. The Gatorade gives me the electrolytes.
Right.
But that's crazy. It just seems like that's the first step, is to make jobs make you take the vaccine. And if you don't get the vaccine, you can't work. And I know, like I said, they're getting people tested, but it's going to wear people down. Like, man, I'm sick of getting this Q-tip shoved up my nose. I'm going to get the vaccine. That's what it seems like. That's the first plan, is to wear people down. And if the numbers continue to hover around the same amount that it's doing now or keep going up, all right, everybody's got to get the vaccine now or you can't work. It seems like that's the next step that it may go to. That's what I fear.
Correct.
All right, so yeah, crazy stuff. But let's see, next story. What do we got coming up? Let's see. Okay, now this is what I was talking about. Might be related to what we were talking about earlier. Regina Hall. You like Regina Hall? Actress, Scary Movie 2.
Listen. She has my last name for a reason, bro.
Hopefully you're not cousins.
We should be together. No. Let's make it easy.
Anybody doesn't know, this is Regina Hall here. The main movie I remember from.
Her last name.
You'll take her. Yeah. Yeah, you can take her last name. But yeah, I remember from Scary Movie 1, 2. She might have been 3. I didn't watch it after 2. And Best Man. She was in that one too. She was a stripper in that one. A lot of stuff. Right. Good actress, whatever. But she recently had a story about dating and... Let me take her picture off. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to.
You got to.
I got to, man. I'm sorry. We got to see the screen. But yeah, she recently had a story about how she likes to keep her relationships private until at least they get married or until they have a kid. And this comes kind of full circle to the Dan the Rapper guy, where he's doing everything for likes and stuff like that. I totally agree. I know some people think, you're just trying to hide a relationship. That's why you don't want to show it off on social media. No, it's because you people, not the people listening if you're nice, but the most people who are trolls and like to talk bad about people because they're unhappy about themselves, all they do is try to hate on your relationship, and they try to get in between people's relationships. Talk bad about maybe how they look or the situation they're in. And you can clearly see it. Like, just think about a lot of celebrities with celebrity wives or celebrity husbands, and there's always a story about this one story where they just looked at another woman in a restaurant, and then the caption would be like, "Husband is cheating on wife while trying to order cheeseburger" or something like that. And then the girlfriend sees this and gets jealous and thinks this is really happening because everyone else believes it. You know. It's that, and it's those relationships that, some people that are married or in relationships, right? And they post nothing but the positivity of it, and they look so happy, and they're posting them smiling and stuff, and they talking about how much their wife or husband does for them. but then you go and see them, and they're like throwing ironing boards and tables at each other. They're fighting like cats and dogs. Like, why? Why are you so concerned about what everybody else is thinking? Worry about what you two are thinking. See, you're putting too much. That's the problem, I think, is you putting so much energy trying to impress everybody else. You don't have enough energy to impress the person you're opposed to, your wife / girlfriend or husband, whatever.
Right.
Would you put yours on social media?
Nope.
I mean, and I don't have a problem with it. I just go ahead.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah. There's a limit, though. You know.
I just understand outside influences and how negative that can be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just to protect my relationship. I'm good. The people that know, they know. The people that don't, they don't. And that's good.
And Chris Allen, it makes a good point. I stopped introducing females to my family and friends until we were serious. And yeah, that's the thing too. You have your own family that doesn't wish you well in a lot of your relationships. You know, I think you should treat it almost like, you know how mothers treat newborn babies, where like the first few weeks they won't let it just anybody touch it or rub its head or anything. It's like, you might get it sick, or if some people think even deeper or spiritual, like you might try to put evil spirit on my baby or whatever. I think you should treat a relationship like that, because there are a bunch of people who are trying to wish bad upon you. The whole relationship. They don't care. And they may smile on your face. I know a lot of people like that will smile on your face and like, oh, y'all such a cute couple, but they're really wishing you bad health.
Yeah. Those are called stabbers.
Right. And that's why I said I understand some people want to celebrate their relationship, but everybody's not meant to celebrate with. You know, that's why I only talk to certain people, only hang out with certain people. Those people who I care about and who matter to me, my circle of friends, if they know, they know. No one else has to know, because I don't care about anybody else. I only care about the people who I love and care about. I only care about what they know.
Right.
I try to be a private person too, Chris. And let me put your thing back up there. Eleanor Krause, I keep my relationship private because, like Silk Sonic and Bruno, I'm going to leave the door open. And Chris Allen, yeah, spiritual warfare is real. It is. I totally believe that. It's almost like you can't let everybody in your house. People in your house, they come in and tell you how beautiful your house are, and then they're putting a root or some evil spirit in your house. That's real, man. That's I said, you can't trust everybody with your relationship, with your kids. Same thing. You wouldn't trust everybody with your kids. To me, that's the same thing. You wouldn't let just anybody watch your kids. You only have a specific type of people that's going to watch your kids. And I treat social media the same way I would treat somebody I would want to watch my kids. You can't trust anybody. You only got a couple people that you trust having your kids spend the night with. And if you old school like me, old school like my parents, you couldn't spend the night at just anybody's house. You could know, they would know the parents for a while, whatever, but D just disappeared. But you could know the parents for a while, you could know the kids for a while, but they would not let you spend the night because they didn't know them like that. And that's how I think a relationship should be treated. You should protect the person you're with. Some people don't look at it like that. Some people look at it as you're being ashamed of the person you're with. It's not at all like that. I'm protecting who I'm with. I'm shielding it from the outside world, because you can't just trust anybody. Let's see. Oh, D done disappeared. I don't know. His girl might have hit him up and told him, you better talk about me on the show. See if he gets back on anytime soon. Let's see. I'm trying to wait till he get back and talk about the next subject, but okay. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next subject. Hopefully, he gets back on in time. Okay, Tiffany Haddish and Common, nice couple. You know, one's for the comic side, entertainment, and Common's for the rapping side. I like Common as a rapper. Here's a picture of them both. Yeah, Common is the one on the right, just in case people didn't know. Just in case you didn't know, Common's the one on the right. Okay, here's probably, let me find a better picture of him. All right, there we go. Much better picture of him. She recently said that instead of an engagement ring, she rather Common proposed to her with investments like apartments or buildings where she can invest and build wealth, generational wealth, or at least another stream of income. And I thought that was admirable. That's a good idea, because a lot of times, and I'm talking about marriage as a whole, marriage almost seems like, if you were looking at it from accounting side of thing, marriage seems like a liability, at least to start off with the money you have to spend in. People spend a lot of money going into the wedding, a lot of money going in debt on the ring. And that's one of the reasons marriages end up in divorce, is a lot of time it's financial. I think that's like one of the probably top 3 reasons marriages usually end in divorce is finances. And so she was thinking of something to make money with it, and I'm not saying every woman would want that instead, to have apartments to own versus a ring. There's sentimental value behind that. I totally get it. But if you're really thinking smart, that's a nice idea, to give you something that can help build wealth. And it essentially will help both you, the union, because marriage is supposed to be a partnership. It's supposed to be a union. You're supposed to be working together. What better way to do than that? That's a hell of a gift right there. I mean, what besides sentimental value, what would that ring get you? All right, what would that ring really get you in the end? Something is a memory. You can always remember. Like, oh, he got on one knee, gave me a ring. That's something I always remember. And then, of course, the wedding. That's the other thing. It seems like a liability. Is that an investment? I guess that's an emotional investment, if you want to call it that. And then the after party after the wedding. And not unless you got parents that are paying for it. I don't know if that's a tradition people are still doing nowadays, where the parents are paying for it. But that's another loss of money. Let's see. I think Derek D is back in. He's trying to get himself back in. But yeah, all these things, again, if I'm looking at it from accounting side of thing, those seem to be liabilities. You're losing a lot of stuff from that. Chris Allen, nothing. I guess you're talking about the engagement ring. Nothing in the value of it depreciates to nearly zero. Just like a car. First time you get and drive that off the lot, it depreciates in value. You'll never get the value that you originally bought the car with. And I'm guessing that's the same thing with the ring. Not unless you're a celebrity and you're pawning the ring off to try to make money for charity or something like that. But yeah, maybe you can get the original value that you bought it with. It's a liability. But I guess it's an investment and an asset if we're talking about emotional value or whatever. So I think that was a great thing. That was a great mindset for her to say, instead of buy me an engagement ring, buy me property. And it's not like she broke. She's pretty well off. I don't know whose net worth is higher compared to her in Common. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know whose net worth is higher. I want to say Common, but probably not by much. I don't know. Tiffany Haddish seems to be doing a lot. She does a lot of movies. So I don't know. I might have to go look that up. Tiffany Haddish might be worth a little bit more. She does a lot of movies. She's doing some stand-up sets. So she might be. back to what I was originally going to say, and kind of going back, circling with Regina Hall and Dan the Rapper. Things are done too much for everyone else and not for the people you love, right? Who's the ring really for? And Chris Allen says women show off the ring and brag about the cost. That's right. So is the ring really, are you really worried about the sentimental value, the union the ring is bringing you, between you and your husband, the union that's bringing about to both of you? Are you really worried about that, or really thinking about that? Or are you worried about what everybody else is going to say about you? Same thing with Dan, whatever his name, Dan the Rapper with the gold chains. Are you worried about how your loved ones feel about you, or about everyone else that you don't know or don't really care about you? Are you worried about how they feel about you? Regina Hall with the relationships and keeping them private. Are most people who don't keep it private and put it on Instagram and put it on Facebook and are faking for the gram, as they call it? Are you worried more about what everyone else is thinking, or what's really going on between the two people who are supposed to matter? You and your boyfriend. And if that's the case, I don't think you're ready for either a relationship or a marriage, because you're worrying too much about everyone else. You put too much energy in what everybody else thinks and not between what you and him think. And he thinks. Right. I said it right. Right. You and he thinks. Right. Yeah. You all right over there, Derek? I can't see you.
Man. Sorry, man. I had to black out, man. But I think she's more focused on generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And she's willing to go the non-traditional way as far as like what is important when it comes to marriage, like the symbols, like a ring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Give me the deed. Propose to me with that. So
right.
I'm all for that.
Okay. Eleanor Krause, would you be okay with having a ring that's $100 versus $1,000? Would you be okay with that? I know we can shine it up real nice and put some shoe polish on it and make it, look like $1 million. But if it's cubic zirconia, would that be a huge deal with you? I mean, does the cost matter at all versus what it actually stands for? I mean, because I would hope you just want to be with the man, and it's not about the ring. Is it? Because some women, I think, is more about the ring than actually being married. She said, "Sure, I'd wear a Walmart ring." Ah, that's nice. What about a blow pop ring? Would you be cool with that? Because those are sweet, but after a while, they get sticky in hair and all that stuff gets on top of it, and that stick to it. So yeah, you probably wouldn't want that. Yeah, but I mean, I can get both sides of it. I know there's a sentimental value to it, and it's something you always want to remember. This is where the guy made a contract. Well, that's what it is. It's a contract. We want to be technical. It's a contract because you got to sign a license to get married nowadays. That sounds like a business deal. Like somebody's going into real estate, you got to get your real estate license. But the woman will remember this is where I got one of the most happiest moments ever in my life. But what about after that? What do you do after that? Dee, have you been married before, man?
Nah, I was close.
Close?
Yeah, man. 11 days out. It's different episode.
I was about to say you want to talk about that, but nah, okay, we'll do that on another episode. Can I at least ask you this? Was this the last 10 years or much younger?
2012.
2012. That's close.
Yeah.
Like 9 years.
That's close.
All right.
But
Would you like to be married again? Or, I mean, would you like to try again? My fault.
yeah. I think I'll be a great.
Call from 911.
Jeez. My bad. But I would be a great husband. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. I do too. I think I'll be a wonderful husband. Great. 100%. I'll be a great husband. But we'll leave that for another day. We'll get you on the couch and we'll do a therapy session with you.
Oh yeah.
We'll help you get those demons out.
Whoa.
Are you driving, man? Where you going?
Yeah, I got this to take care of, man. I got to walk through an estimate for the John business.
Okay.
Last minute.
Andrew Greenfield, he says, I encourage men not to get married. A set of social rules regarding it are obsolete. I know because I'm divorced. Ooh, okay. He's speaking from experience.
Yeah, we might need him on the show too.
Right. Andrew, man, you ought to come on, man, and tell me what happened, man. Like, how long were you married, man? Again, if anybody wants to come and video chat, the link's in the comments section. Click on that, and I will let you come in and let you get whatever you need to get off your chest. Speak your mind. Chris Allen, twice. I'm probably going to venture to say you're probably going to take a while to go back to that life, Chris Allen, right?
No, Chris is married now.
Oh, Chris is married now. Okay. 3 times the charm. Ain't that what they say? I don't know if that works with marriage, but hopefully, man, you got good luck on your marriage on the 3rd time around. Unless this is the 2nd time, you mean. Is this the 2nd time he's married now, or he means 2 times divorce?
Oh yeah, you gotta ask him that part.
Okay. Eleanor Krause said, I enjoy the single life. I ain't never getting married again. Is that what you? Yeah, I added that part. She said, I enjoy the single life. That I kind of feel like she's going to say that. Oh, Chris Allen said, yep, 3 times the charm. All right, so everyone else out there listening, if you don't get it right the first time, you'll get it right the 3rd time. You got to do it 2 more times before you get it right. It's Chris Allen speaking from experience. All right. D, you still right? You still there, man? D, are you still there? All right. Looks like he left. Hello. You still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're about to go into the last topic for tonight. We're going into the traits, the male traits, which I'm hearing it could go into female traits as well, but mainly we're kind of focused on the male traits tonight. There?
Yes.
Okay.
It's gonna be. Yeah, can you? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to hear.
Okay.
The guys that's watching the show now.
Mm-hmm.
And
how
they feel about it.
The things we got 5 of them. There's more than 5, but these are the main ones we went with. There's an alpha male, which most people have heard of. There's the beta male, it's gamma, omega, and sigma. And most people, when people go with those first 2 as alpha and beta male. And when they think of alpha male, they think of somebody who takes charge, probably the loudest one in the room, who's the leader, probably brash. Some people say he has toxic masculinity, whatever that means. And then you got the beta male, who they like to show as a person who's a follower. They try to say he's shy. He doesn't, he doesn't try to command a room. He's usually an introvert. That's what people kind of usually think that they are. And I know we talked about this the other night, and we both, we found the ones where we think we are. What did you find that you are amongst these 5? Alpha, beta, gamma, omega, sigma. Which one did you say you are?
I see myself as a sigma male.
Mm-hmm.
Not as outlandish and over the top as alpha.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we read somewhere that it's kind of like a low key, less aggressive alpha.
Right.
So
who do we have?
Other traits.
Right. The examples I think were given for sigma was like somebody like Kobe Bryant, and
right.
Kobe Bryant was assertive. He was quiet to a degree, but he didn't follow people's lead. He was like a lone wolf. He had his own ideas. He didn't have to follow trends. He's like, I'm my own person. I'm gonna do it my way. If I don't think what you are doing is right, like to say he's in a work setting, not basketball, and the boss says you got to do this such and such way because this is how it's supposed to be done, and it's like, well, this doesn't make sense to me. I don't have to listen to what you're saying. I'm gonna do it my own way, and everybody else is like, oh no, you can't go against the grind. You can't go against the trend, or whatever. This is the rules. He's like, well, the rules don't make sense. That's what I gathered from what a sigma is. A sigma does his own thing. He follows his own rules. Kind of sounds like an alpha, but the difference it seems like between a sigma and alpha seems like they have to be the center of attention. A sigma doesn't care to be center of attention. He could be the quietest one in the room and still exert leadership. Women seem to, from the descriptions I've seen, women seem to follow alphas, I guess, sexually, I guess. And then sigmas too, it's just in a different way.
You say you identify as a sigma also?
Yeah, I would say sigma.
Right.
Like I don't follow trends. I follow what I think is right, or I follow what I think makes me comfortable.
Right.
I've never followed, trends or so. If I think it's a nice trend or if it's fun to do, then I'll do it. But I won't do it just because. And I think also it just kind of falls back in what we were talking about earlier with people doing things for likes. You probably won't find a sigma that does that. Or alpha, for that matter. You might actually find an alpha to do it somewhat, just because he might be the loudest one doing the trend. But I think a sigma was like, there's too many people doing this. This doesn't seem fun to me. I'm cool doing what I do.
Right.
You know any betas, man? I'm sure you do. What did the thing say? They're like the most common people, or one of the most common trait of most men.
Yeah. They're the most common men. They're I won't say they're not confident, but they're not over the top.
Right.
They're good women because of their what's the word I'm looking for? Caring.
Yeah.
Is that the one they say put in the friend zone?
No, that was Omega.
Okay.
They shit it all over Omega. The thing we read.
But they're the most dependable when it comes to relationships, and a woman will settle for that. So the comfort.
Right.
Women are comfortable because they know how to make relationships work.
Right. They're willing to compromise. I see. And they say betas are easy to spot due to their close proximity and obvious loyalty to the alpha. That kind of sounds like a dog following the pack, but whatever. I mean, you have. I mean, that's the thing. Everybody can't be a leader. Everybody can't be a boss. You have to have people that will follow you. Everybody can't have the same position, or society wouldn't work. So there's nothing wrong with a beta. There's nothing wrong with being an alpha, unless you carrying it too far and you being violent with it. But because I think Hitler would probably be an alpha, so I was probably carrying it a little bit too far. That's just me, but yeah.
But do you think Hitler was like? Why are we talking about Hitler?
Hitler might have been. I don't know.
He didn't seem like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Loud person.
No speeches.
Nah, he was more calm, collected.
Those speeches, he's just yelling on those speeches. Some of those speeches,
that's just to get a point across,
right? I mean, I would.
He doesn't.
Okay, go ahead.
Do it all the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think you have to be the loudest one in the room, but I think you have to have the most attention. And for you to be a dictator, I think you have to have a little alpha in you. Yeah, maybe a little, and you probably could be a Sigma too, but I think you have to be mostly a alpha to be somebody like that can change the mind of people to think another set of people are evil and kill them off. I think you would have to be somewhat of an alpha.
Yeah. I just don't see him like loud.
Right. Let's see. Could you be? I think that's probably what turns off a lot of people who vote for certain candidates. Is, let's say, the president. If you are viewed as a beta at any type, I think that hurts you in the polls. You gotta look confident as a president, because they want to feel like you'll make sound decisions and you'll stand up against what other forces come your way. Trump is definitely an alpha. There is no denying that. Trump is an alpha. Whether you agree with him or not, Trump is an alpha. Trump says whatever is on his mind. Trump is if there is a picture in the dictionary of alpha, he would be an alpha. That would be him. He'd be right beside that word. He has to be the center of attention. He makes his own decisions. He has people who follow him. Yeah, he would be an alpha. I'm trying to think of a character, like in a movie character, that would be a beta. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them. D, you still there? Okay, can't hear him anymore.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I put my mic on mute. Talking.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go to Omega. I wish I find that one you had last night. There was, man, they were talking crap about the Omegas. Let's see. Omega male is a man who defines all Omega is a man who, defying all male stereotypes, doesn't have the desire to be the most outstanding performer or to take the lead in a particular situation. Let's see what else we got. Typical Omega traits include an intense interest in a particular hobby, which consequently draws his time and energies away from the conventionally important things in life, like work or romantic relationships. Let's see. The Omega male is a fun-loving but non-aspirational individual who is reluctant to grow up by embracing classic social imperatives like marriage, family, and holding down a regular job. They're describing him like he sounds like the guy in the TLC song Scrub, pretty much. That's what it sounds like. It's like, okay, he has like hobbies, he likes to play Nintendo and sits in his mom's house, and he doesn't care to get a high-paying job or whatever. What the description we kind of saw last night was like a guy who has a lot of talent. He's smart, he's intelligent, but he doesn't apply those talents to a job that, meets those talents. Like, he could be like super smart, great with computers, but he's a stalker somewhere. There's nothing wrong with that, but people don't think he applies himself compared to what his talents are. That's the description I saw in there. Yeah, Chris, are you talking about, let's see, David Algary, would he be a beta? in Boomerang. I guess that's what he was. He was a beta in Boomerang. He seemed to follow Eddie Murphy and Martin and them, whatever. Andrew Greenfield. Animal Kingdom is either alpha or beta in regards to mating. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's what separates us from the animals. Okay. Chris Allen says beta. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think David Alan Grier was a beta, and look what happened to him. Not Robin Givens. Halle Berry ended up leaving him for Eddie Murphy, and then Eddie Murphy left her for Robin Givens, and then went back to Halle Berry. What about females? You know, that's the thing. Somebody was having a conversation with me the other day. It's like, can that be applied to females? These same traits. And I was like, I think you can get pieces of those traits, but to be a complete alpha male, I don't think you would want that, for one. I think that's unattractive probably to most guys. You can have pieces of those traits, like in the workforce. You can be an alpha female in the workforce, but I don't think you want to carry that with you all the time. I mean, because to me, that just screams masculine energy all the time.
So let me give you this example. Do you think Remy Ma? What do you think she is as far as character traits? Personality traits.
Well, only going off of what I see on TV, I would say if she was just around women, I would say she's the alpha of a group of women. Right. She seems to be, not to say most say the loudest one, but she's the leader.
Right.
I don't think she's the quietest one, definitely, but right. Yeah, Andrew Greenfield said, there's no such thing as an alpha female in the context and relationship. Yeah, there are relationships where the woman will henpeck her husband. Right. But I don't think that's the natural role altogether that should encompass her as a woman, is an alpha, with alpha male traits. I don't think there's a such thing as that. I mean, there are some rough, burly women out there that kind of look like they should be alpha males, but that doesn't mean that's emotionally how they are all together. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Go ahead.
Take them out of the relationship. It's no relationship. Like a group of women.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what set it off when we talked about the other night.
Yeah.
So you can look at Cleo, and all. I don't know the rest of their names.
We'll just go with the regular name. Jada and the scared one.
I don't know.
And Vivica.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's a classic example of four different personalities.
Right.
So I think it's possible.
Yeah. So I wonder, does anybody, beta sounds like someone a woman would want. Alpha sounds like somebody a woman would want. Sigma sounds like somebody a woman would want. Omega just, like I said, they just crapped all over the Omega traits.
Why?
Omega seems like somebody a woman could work on. It's like, I can change him and make him a better man. So I could see that. And if he doesn't change in a certain amount of years, then they go to those other ones. Probably either Sigma or Alpha. If they were to go outside the relationship or marriage. If they were to cheat, they would go to an Alpha or a Sigma. Sigma is like James Bond, I think. Do you think like James Bond would be a Sigma? Because he kind of just does everything on his own.
Absolutely.
I mean, he is the center of attention, but he's quiet. Yeah, he's smooth with it.
Right. I think a woman will settle for someone other than an Alpha or a Sigma later on in life. So they done been with bad boys,
mm-hmm.
quote unquote, and now I'm looking at someone that is a little more cool and relaxed and know how to make a relationship work.
Right. So let's see. Let's look at the gamma male personality. Let's see how bad or good they are. Looking for my notes here. Let's see. Gamma personality is one that can be independent of others, but is still eager to get the respect and admiration that others offer to them. What helps the gamma male stand out among other types of men is his ability to be aware of his actions and how those actions affect others. Let's see. What helps the gamma male stand out among the other types of men is his ability to be aware of his actions and how those actions affect others. This is also going to be his key to getting very far in his life. He's also empathetic. Empathy has traditionally been seen as a feminine trait, so seeing a man act with a sense of empathy is interesting and perhaps somewhat atypical. The empathy experienced by a gamma male allows him to understand what others are going through so that he can act as a sort of support system for others. Gamma seems like a friendly guy. He's self-assured, where the alpha male relies on his group for reassurance of his character and status. The omega male acts. Okay, this is omega male. I was about to go into. I thought we were still speaking on the gamma male. Gamma male. He's a very interesting character. He's seen as having a little bit of every other type of man combined in his personality, with no specific one of those personalities being dominant over the others. Sounds average. One of the main reasons for this is that the gamma male is one who is adventurous in life and creates his own pathway from the opinions of others. Let's see. Chris Allen said that's him. Eleanor Krause, gamma male is the one. That's the one Eleanor Krause is looking for. She's looking for the gamma. She says, I don't want no parts of the alpha, no sigma, no beta. She's going straight for the gamma. And maybe we can find a match. If y'all come on the show and announce that you're gamma, Eleanor Krause is looking for a gamma. I just put your name out there, Eleanor. Don't get mad at me. Well, okay. Well, Derek, what you got to say about that, man? You got any opinion on that? You know any gammas besides, the one that plays gamma? Derek, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. The gamma are the friend zoners.
It's kind of omega too, though.
Yeah.
Might be worse.
It is. Well, just depends on what you mean by worse.
No chance in hell that they'll get a second date.
but not
barely a first date.
They're friendly. They're super friendly. They're attentive, and caring.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a woman will want that.
You broke up a little bit there.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think women later on in their life would want. Okay. I'm a girl.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit again. But get back to again. We're talking about the gamma male. Gamma male again. This would be another great trait, I guess, for women who want to date a gamma male. Gamma male is very sensitive and empathetic with those around him, which I think women are looking for, some sensitivity in a guy. I don't think that alpha male would give a rat's behind about her feelings. So by process of elimination, and at least by Eleanor Krause's concern, the gamma might be the one. So here's also the thing too about all these traits is you're not confined to any one of these traits. You can change. You don't have to be one or the other. Alpha is said alpha can become a beta. later in life. Depends on what his life experiences are. Alpha can become a sigma. Or beta, going through life experiences, can become an alpha. Maybe he gains confidence. Beta may not have enough confidence to become an alpha early in life. And maybe he fixes himself up and eventually becomes an alpha or sigma. All the other ones can change. Kind of like the horoscope. I hate horoscopes. Because people are so confined to reading these horoscopes. I don't believe in them. I know a lot of people do. But they usually always say something nice about each horoscope. They're sexually attractive, or they're very nice to people, or people follow them or whatever. I'm like, well, I know a lot of people born in January and April and all these other months that meet those characteristics. So I have a hard time believing in horoscopes. And, they always go for the best qualities in people that everybody wants. Every person born on a horoscope month wants to be seen as attractive, or seen as a sexual domino or something like that. Everybody wants to be that, and it kind of almost says that in every horoscope. They just changed the wording up a little bit, but my point is, you don't have to be confined to one thing. People will say, you are who you are. You are who you were born. You are who you were raised by. That's BS. If you say you cannot change yourself, then you're limiting. If you say you can't change yourself, your 30s, your 40s, I don't care if you're in your 60s, you can change yourself. The only people, or not even people, the only things that can't change themselves are animals, because they're controlled by nature. And even some of those can be trained to change. So if you limit yourself and like, well, this is who I am, I'm real, I'm being who I am, this is who I was born to be, you're a bullshit artist. Don't blame you can't change on your environment. Don't blame you can't change because that's how you were raised. You're not an animal. You're a human being. You can change. There's a woman I saw the other day that, saw in an article, never worked out a day in her life, and now is in bodybuilding competitions at 60 and is in great shape. She didn't have to do it. I mean, what gain would she have from doing it? But she had lost her sister to cancer when she was in her 40s, and she just all of a sudden wanted to make a change. You don't have to be confined to what people think about you. And this has kind of been, this encompasses like the whole show, not doing what everyone else wants you to do, except maybe the people who love you most. Doing what you think is right for you. Anyone can change, but don't change for anyone. Remember that. Anyone can change, but don't change for anyone. Just anyone. You have the capacity to do that. There are people who I've worked with, and there's like, oh, I'm just big just because it runs in my family. There's a lot of people who are big family members, and they can lose the weight or have lost the weight. It's the will. What is your will like? Is your will strong enough to get to the desired weight you want to get to? There's a lot of people in school or have had family members that never gotten past high school. And they're like, well, my family didn't go past high school. They never finished college. The only thing is limiting yourself is the person you look at in the mirror every morning. Don't be that way. Be your own person. People the rapper at the beginning with the gold chains attached to his whole head. You might want to say that, yeah, he's being his own person. But nah, he's doing it for other people. He cares more about what people say about him than what he thinks about himself. Eventually, he's going to get tired of that. So if there's a lesson to be said about the whole show, each story we've talked about. If you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for the people who matter. Do it for the people who actually care about you. If you're sick tomorrow, are those people that you're doing these things for, getting the gold chains in your head, getting the crazy tattoos on your face, getting an engagement ring and trying to show it off, if you die tomorrow, would they really care if they show up at the funeral? If they show up at the funeral, would they really care what happened to you? So do it for the people who actually care for you. Yourself, hopefully your significant other, your child, your children, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandfather, whoever cares about you, father, mother, do it for them, not for anyone else. I think D is dealing with something else. I don't know where he's at, but we're going to end the show on that note. I'd like to thank everybody that came up on the show and commented and gave some very in-depth comments. I love the stuff that y'all said up here today. I appreciate y'all commenting and keeping the show going. We're going to end the show on that note, and we'll be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. So make sure and join. If you're on YouTube, make sure and hit the like and subscribe button, and we will see you on the next Hostile Therapy show. Peace.